selection deeply offensive.
It did feel like a ton of bricks dropped on my chest.
Trump specifically, who I know many of us find very offensive.
And I've had a chance to talk to a lot of fellow Googlers, and people have said different words, similar concept, how painful this is.
Okay, so I think you get the basic gist. They find Trump offensive. But later statements by these Google execs to say, oh, but they're not politically motivated. You know, they're
not
just
at all
offended, right? Reminds me of Peter Strzok and Lisa Page, right? Oh, well, they have their personal bias, but it could never affect their work unless they're, of course, trying to have a secret leak campaign against Trump.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yep. So then, of course, there's the Trump response. Derek, would you please play our president responding?
Well, I think that Google and Facebook and Twitter, I think they treat conservatives and Republicans very unfairly. I could tell you that I have personal experience. I have a lot of people on the various platforms, but I can tell you when things are different. And all of a sudden you lose people and you say, where did they go? They've taken off. Now, I don't know if it happens to the other side, but I can say that with respect to Google and Twitter and Facebook, there is a big difference. And in fact, I hear that they're holding hearings in Congress over the next couple of weeks. And I think it's a very serious problem because they're really trying to silence a very large part of this country. And those people don't want to be silenced. It's not right. It's not fair. It may not be legal. But we'll see. We just want fairness.
Do you want to regulate them more?
We're just going to see. We're just going to see. You know what we want? Not regulation. We want fairness. Very important. Thank you all very much. Thank you.
Sounds good. Derek, who do we got? The screen's not working in here for me. I see a line blinking. I see Ken from Livonia. Hey, Ken. Welcome aboard.
Well, I just wanted to comment that one thing that seems very obvious, and it's unfortunate, those running as Republicans, they don't want my vote. They don't want conservatives' vote. And I'll give you examples. I was listening to Bill Schuette on another radio station, giving an interview, and what did he do? Talked about what great friends he is with the mayor of the city of Detroit, Mike Duggan, and how their friendship goes back a long ways and how this will help him deal with problems of the city of Detroit. He talked about how this was during the John McCain funeral week. What a great man John McCain was, and he was very positive about everything John McCain did politically, and I'm thinking, what? And then I caught an interview with John James, same radio station, and same thing. He's talking about what a great guy John McCain was and everything he did politically. And that's just on a local level. And unfortunately, when we look at national, we still see Planned Parenthood getting federal funding. Our national budget, we're not cutting spending. We're actually increasing spending. The wall's getting no funding. Obamacare is still intact. And it's unfortunate, but you want my vote, you can forget it. I mean, do I want to say forget it? No. But if I look at someone that says John McCain's a great man, appreciate everything he did politically throughout his career, this is just an example of forget it. You're a Democrat. You might call yourself Republican, but you're a Democrat.
Okay, Ken.
Yeah. Ken, I'm lucky because I disliked John McCain when I was a Democrat, and I dislike him now that I'm a Trump Republican. But as far as, politicians speak, is that, obviously candidates aren't going to go around and say that John McCain was a horse's rear end, whether or not he is or not. But I understand what you're saying. I'd like to have a little more discussion on the issues at hand and a little less about the huggy-feely stuff.
Hey, Ken, have you ever seen the movie Advise and Consent? I think you're old enough to have seen that.
Never heard of it.
Oh, Alex, have you seen it?
No, I missed that too.
Am I the only dinosaur who has seen that? Of course, I just watched it a couple nights ago on Turner Classic.
Well, I'm going to have to watch that.
It is really good.
One thing I would like to leave you with before I go, and that is a good observation by Mark Stein this past week. He was filling in on the
Tucker.
Rush Limbaugh show.
Sorry.
And he referenced the reality of Washington. He said Washington, the political realm, is the same as what we call professional wrestling, the WWE. He said the Democrats and the Republicans are battling out, they're battling it as if they're actually opposition. But in reality, they're again, and I've seen this myself, they're the same. Republicans want big government. The Democrats want big government. There's a handful, the Freedom Caucus, but the party itself is pretty much the same. And just unfortunate that we really have no choice when it comes to politics. So I'll let you go, and you guys can discuss it.
Okay, Ken. We'll talk to you later. I'm sure we will.
You guys take care.
Thanks. You have a great weekend.
Good points, Ken.
So back to this movie, Advise and Consent. I highly recommend it. It's an Otto Preminger film, so it's quality right there. And it's about a president, and they never mention parties. Now, there's two parties involved, but they never mention which party is which. And the president wants to get his Secretary of State candidate through nominations, just like they're trying to get Brett Kavanaugh through right now. And it kind of shows the process. It does show the process. It's a fictional story. It's very interesting, but it shows the process that goes on. And Walter Pidgeon actually plays the senior senator from the great state of Michigan, and he is the majority speaker in the Senate. So he's got Mitch McConnell's role, right? And he handles it a lot better than Mitch McConnell does, to be honest with you. There's the references to my friend. I mean, you show the interaction, my friend so-and-so, who's the Democrat opposite, it even shows them having dinner and talking together, because you got to talk. And these days, nobody's talking. It's just all shooting back and forth. It's just all posing and shooting. And that's why nothing really of any consequence is getting done. You got to recognize you're on two different sides. But the division that we have now, to some degree, it's hard sometimes to tell the division, because you see, like Ken was saying, sometimes they're working on the same issue from the same direction. There's a few off on the Freedom Caucus that are saying, no, and, Mitch, don't do that. No, Paul, don't do that.
Well, a part of the problem is with the current state of the media, how do you know what's really going on? I mean, all they concentrate on is negative Trump stories from ABC, NBC, CBS, CNN, all those.
Fake news.
Right. All the social media, which we just talked about, it's unbelievable. So, but I do think the swamp's been with us for a very long time. You go back to Harry Truman when he set up the CIA and then had second thoughts, or Eisenhower when he talked about the military-industrial complex, and JFK who was talking about doing away with the CIA. Mm-hmm. So it's
especially
been
after they misled him horribly on the missile crisis.
Yep, and he died.
Pigs.
He died shortly thereafter.
Yep.
But obviously, the swamp is real and it's with us. But as voters, we've got to do our best to make sure we could drain it as much as possible.
Excellent. Well, once again, folks, let's see. We see the line blinking, but we're about to go to hard break. So hang on, buckle your seatbelts, and come on back after the half-hour break, and we're going to talk some more about pseudo-Republicans. Or should we say, I got a problem with that, rhinos. What is a Republican? When you say Republican name only, what does that mean anyhow? Especially given the Electoral College
what should
compact.
It mean?
Yes. So join us after the break. I don't hear the music going. Derek's on the phone. I'm just killing time talking to you. And the on-air light is still on, and yet the clock says it's time for break.
Well, here it
and
comes.
There's the music. There we go. All right, folks, come on back, and we'll see you then. Thanks.
People are always on the go, driving to work, running errands. How do they keep informed? They listen to Wham Talk 1600 just like you. If you're a business owner, your message can reach these people wherever their travels take them. People tune to Wham Radio for the latest issues, discussed by hosts like Joe Pags, Fayrone X, and Dana Lesh. And they'll stay tuned for your message as well. Call 734-971-1600 today and advertise your business with Wham Radio and whamradio.com. Whamradio.com.
Fox News Radio, I'm Karen McHugh. Military search and rescue teams being kept busy by Tropical Storm Florence.
There's been 23 reported rescues from the Coast Guard, and we're augmenting and supporting the Coast Guard efforts right now. We're working some of the command and control of that, and so we're definitely synchronized in here and postured.
Air Force General Terry O'Shaughnessy. Record amounts of rainfall measured in feet, not inches, drenching the Carolinas. Officials warn evacuees to stay away till further notice.
The roads are impassable. And you go to every neighborhood, they're impassable. And you may get around one tree, then you've got another tree, then you've got another tree. And these trees are entangled with high-power wires in there that can electrocute you. So that's a concern that we all have here, is that we want to work with Duke Power and get those trees and all that debris out of the way before people get back in here.
Wilmington, North Carolina Mayor Bill Saffo. Fox News, we report, you decide. Certified elder law attorney Chris Berry from the Elder Care Firm in Brighton can help you protect your assets from the cost of long-term care. And they can also help you with estate planning, like they did for Linda Emerson.
I had to redo my will. It weighed on me that I hadn't changed it. I wanted to make everything easy for my daughter whenever I do keel over. But I went in, it was very professional, and sat down with Chris. I would definitely suggest him because he knows his stuff and he's not aggressive. He's, very friendly and makes you feel comfortable, because I think he realizes it's not a comfortable thing for people. It was just an easy process. I came out of it and I told my daughter, "It's all yours, kiddo."
Hello, I'm attorney Chris Berry. The Elder Care Firm is here to help you and your family find solutions. Call us today.
Visit theeldercarefirm.com today or call 810-214-3800. 810-214-3800. Your bridge to recovery and wellness is WellBridge. WellBridge is redefining the rehabilitation and nursing care experience with the most amazing care facilities you've ever seen. All WellBridge locations offer a resort-like atmosphere, and their driving goal is to provide each guest with an epic experience. Here's former patient Evelyn Danielson from Brighton.
It was excellent. It wasn't only just the physical part of it, doing your exercises with them. It was the RNs, even down to the kitchen people that came in and said, "What can we fix you? What do you like? We'll try to do it for you." And everything with a smile. I couldn't get over. I would heartily recommend WellBridge.
For rehabilitation and nursing care, ask for something epic. Ask for WellBridge. In Brighton, Fenton, Novi, and Pinckney. Now looking for talented nurses and certified nurse assistants to join their growing team, WellBridge invites everyone to learn more about them at thewellbridgegroup.com. WellBridge, your bridge to recovery and wellness starts here.
Yes, summertime. This is the last weekend of summertime. That's Fiona Lynn of the Depot Town Big Band. They were singing at Hobbs Restaurant. I happened to record that, put it on YouTube. If you want to find that full recording, look for the tags Depot Town Big Band on YouTube or my channel at Bonderenka. And you can see that and many more videos of them playing. They're a wonderful band. And, it's the last weekend of summer. I went out on the boat last night, my wife and I. We were coming in the dark. I like that. We watch the sunset go down from the restaurant and then come in. We had the whole lake to ourselves, a couple fishermen with their lights on, but we're coming back, and it's actually kind of